able to pull it off, guys. I was able to literally long Bitcoin once again after this huge amazing drop, whilst also still holding my long from the literal bottom of 109 and also holding my short from the literal all-time high over on Bitcoin. I want to keep this video, to be honest, short, sweet and simple, and get right into the video. Talk about my still expectations for higher to come on Bitcoin. I'm going to give you a new long idea in case you missed the one we've spoken about yesterday, and also I'm going to say or talk about why I still think our view Bitcoin as very, very bullish. I'm going to give you my next bullish targets that are probably the most amazing targets right now. As you can see, Bitcoin has dropped right now. As I told you guys in my previous video that I was short on Bitcoin. As you can see, this was the title of yesterday's video. I shorted Bitcoin, but I long soon. I told you guys that I'm holding my short, as you can see, over on weeks. As you can see, I took a short based on the idea of Bitcoin faking out the high, faking out the all-time high, and the dropping down. As you can see, I'm still got into the short. As you can see, it's in profits, 63% profits taken from the entry, 125.4. As you can see, however, I also told you guys in the same video that I'm looking or planning to buy Bitcoin, long Bitcoin, once it goes back below 123. As you can see, I've shared two ideas. The first idea, just to be honest and also truthful, the first line didn't quite hold up, so I waited for the lower target and the lower plan. As you can see, I had a support area at 123. However, I saw Bitcoin immediately lose that line. As you can see, I easily did not long 123 because I saw Bitcoin immediately. As you can see, once I was waiting for my long, I saw the awaited dip. As you can see, however, we easily avoided long in Bitcoin at the first idea I told you about, or I shared on my last video. However, I told you that if the 123 line does not hold, I'm going to wait for a fake out of 121.5. As you can see, and that exact thing happened. As you can see here on Bitcoin, I longed Bitcoin once it had hit 121.5. As you can see, Bitcoin right now is literally bouncing from that area. I've got a long opened. As you can see here, if I go back to weeks, I've got a long from 109. However, I also took that exact long. As you can see, my long is still running right now with some nice profits once we had dropped to 121.5. As you can see, the exchange is a bit laggy right now. However, I took that exact long. As you can see, Bitcoin is now, I got a short from the top, I got a long from the local bottom, and I also got a short or long, sorry, from the literal low on Bitcoin. As you can see, here's my short. I've got this long still held and still open at 109. I probably won't close this long ever, except if Bitcoin goes back to 109, sorry, $110,000. I also got, as you can see, this exact long that I've got. It's in 24% profit taken from the fake out of 121.5. So right now, let me talk about the next long idea in case you missed this one. Where is the closest area to be long on Bitcoin, and also why I'm still viewing Bitcoin as something that's very bullish. I'm still waiting for higher prices to come. As you can see, firstly, let me talk about my next long idea in case Bitcoin drops further, and where exactly am I looking to take any longs. Where's my plan or target to sell or exit out of my longs, as you can see. So basically, if you had missed or have missed the 121.5 area to long Bitcoin, you probably won't get into a long unless Bitcoin, as you can see, goes back further below, as you can see here, and then fakes out the area of $120,000. Say Bitcoin right now offers this long, I'm going to be waiting for a drop right now going back below 120.6, their current daily low, and also a drop below $120,000, and then a reclaim of $120,000. This would be honestly the best long idea for Bitcoin. However, as I told you, since we need to long a dip, this won't happen unless Bitcoin actually provides us with this drop, because I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go down. Hence why I gave you 3 longs ideas. So if you missed or have missed the 121.5 long, you need to pray for Bitcoin to go and offer you an exact long at $120,000, a fall below 120, and then a reclaim. However, right now, if you have longs open on Bitcoin, or say you are entering or planning to enter a long, let me give you some nice long targets over on Bitcoin on the higher time frame. As you can see, we've been super bullish once Bitcoin had broken out of the point of control, the most traded volume of 117, 118, and also secondly, we've been super extra bullish once we had broken or gotten above $120,000. So my targets right now, my reasonable targets to probably think of exiting these targets or exiting these long trades are probably going to be the 128, 127 thousand dollars area, and then 132, 135 thousand dollars area, and then 142 to 140,000 dollars. As you can see, these I think are the most reasonable targets if someone has held or is holding right now longs. Me personally, I've got 2 longs opened on Bitcoin. I also got a little scalp taken from the all-time high in profits. I had moved my stops in break even, as I told you guys, so I'm currently doing quite right myself. I got a long from the bottom, a short from the all-time high, and I also got a little long as shared previously in my last video. So if you are in longs, hold on for higher. However, if you are looking to long, you probably had missed the best long right now, so you need to pray for Bitcoin to go once below under $120,000. Thanks for watching, guys.